And here we go, we've got our first crew of the day coming in on approach on the dock, and as usual in the jet boats, we got somebody standing in the bow and standing on the stern, and now they're both sitting in those locations as Cap winds up hitting the throttle. Let's see how they finish this one out, but welcome back, crew, to the greatest show on earth, and that is the Miami Boat Ramps channel. I'm your host, Broncos Guru, and today we are down here visiting Point Marina. So they partially get the boat on the dock. Our guy in the back is still hanging on, and it is now a one-woman show as she tries to drag this thing up the dock and get them pulled level. So Cap was all handsy and happy with the throttle until the point they really need the throttle to get it moving forward a little bit. Fortunately, she's able to get it pulled over, and finally it looks like she'll probably get the assist from the guy off the stern, but they got lucky on this one. I thought for a moment somebody was going over that bow and taking a quick swim. So our next crew coming up on approach as well. We've got the fenders out up high on the gunnels, and our guy's gonna try and push it off. There's no fender where he was pushing off there, and he was trying to keep the boat off that pole, and now he's still pushing off and holding at the same time. Cap's finally off the throttle, and he's gonna try and hang on, but he needs the assist. He needs somebody to come help him get this one tied up, and Cap's like yelling at him like, bro, what are you doing? Get on the dock. And finally, they toss him the line up there. And there we go. He's going to get the second-hand assist as they grab a couple more lines and the pole up front. So our crew is working their way in toward the dock. So we've got a guy in the bow. And nobody really going for lines or fenders or trying to get much of anything ready, it doesn't look like. But Cap's going to come in for the approach anyway. So I see a fender in somebody's hand. We've got one guy, one fender, no lines. Something's not adding up here. So they're going to try and push it off the dock, obviously keeping the vessel off the dock so they don't get any scratches in it. And Cap leaves, and our guy leaves the boat with the fender in hand, but they both left with no lines. So we pulled a fender out, never put the fender on, both leave the boat, and nobody grabs a line when they leave. And he goes for the toss, gonna miss on that one. And we're gonna miss again, and our guy's gonna have to get down and grab this. And the light pull over, I mean, it might help if the fender was actually on the boat now to try and keep it off the dock, as our guy's gonna come down here and try and keep that bow off. But man, we see this far too often. Everybody comes in and just nobody's ready. I blame Captain most of the time. You've got to give people guidance as to what you want them to do. So this crew has actually already been at this for about 3 minutes. And it's not been good so far. They have absolutely struggled trying to get this thing back down the ramp. So you can see they're taking the slow roll approach. I don't disagree with that method. But however, already being at this for over 3 minutes, that's kind of the extended version of the slow roll approach. And they're going to back out yet again. So they've reset this one a few times already. And we're going to try it one more time and see if we can get it this time. So a little black point wobble action as they try and back it down. But he's just turning that wheel way too much. And they are heading toward the dock now. So he's going to have to swing it back around way wide, but I got a feeling they're going to have to go forward one more time, try and set this up again. He's kind of starting from a funky angle. That wheel's going the wrong way. There you go. He was going the wrong way at first. He kind of turns it back. Not sure if he got it far enough back around from the original setup, though. No, keep it going, bro. No, he's turning back too early. And we're still drifting toward the dock. Starting to get it around. He's holding it now. But honestly, he's kind of at a pause now, and this really is just taking way too long. Now, fortunately, it's not your typical day down here at Black Point. For whatever reason, we are not crazy busy. It is a little bit closer to the end of the day, and that's probably why as well. But now they're doing the slow roll move, trying to bring it back slowly and get it right. But he's all over the place still on that wobble action. Oh no, he's turning back into the dock again. And again, they're going the wrong way. So he's trying to get it back before he hits the dock. And if he keeps coming around, he'll probably get this one in. And they're at a point now, he probably doesn't want to go forward anymore because they've been going at this one for so long. They're kind of done. They're like, we just want the boat in the water at this point. And he continues to come back, but I don't know if he can come straight back from that point, as they are still lined up with possibly hitting the dock. But it looks like they just put it in park, so I guess we're going to try and play with it from here and see if they can get it figured out. And speaking of trying to get things figured out, our crew's trying to do that one down here as well. As they're trying to get this boat onto the trailer, they've let out a lot of line off of that winch. And instead of powering on, it looks like we're going to attempt the walk-on. So our guy's standing on the trailer. You can see how much line he's got on the winch. And now they've got a line on the bow that he's going to use to try and pull it up. And there we go. He's starting to get it lined up. Now, the real problem with this is he pulled it on with that line, but they let out so much line on the winch, they've got some winching to do to get that back to tight. He's got like 12 foot of line out off the winch. So we'll start winching it back together. And let's see how she pulls up. There we go, getting it tight, and looks good. And he blows kisses to the crowd like, yeah, we've got it on there, bro. Okay. And he'll finish winching her up, and they'll get this one out of here. So our crew here has been struggling for a few minutes trying to get this one lined up right. They've backed up and pulled forward multiple times and don't like the way it's just kind of lining up over the trailer. And here you can see they're still holding the lines, trying to get it right, and our guy's walking back to the truck again. And he's going in reverse. I mean, they're pretty deep already, but no, we're gonna bury it even deeper. Get the exhaust into the water. And I don't know why. I mean, the trailer is way too deep at this point. Definitely deeper than they really need it to be. But I gotta imagine they're gonna find that one out when they try and pull this thing out of here and they wind up with tires spinning. And speaking of getting out of here, we're gonna get out of here as well. Thanks for watching, crew. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Miami Boat Ramps. If you did, please check out our other content. We have Wavy Boats, who does a bunch of great things down at the inlets. My channel, Broncos Guru, does some great comedy boating videos there as well. And of course, we've got Boats versus Haulover, where man and machine take on Mother Nature down at Haulover Inlet. And if you guys haven't already, go ahead and drop an anchor on the subscribe button here.